Boom. All right, what's going on, you guys? It's Royce Jacob. Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I want to talk to you about how I just experienced another day of 100K plus in profits on my Robinhood account. You guys, it's so crazy and honestly surreal to think about how fortunate I am to have been this well positioned to profit back to back 6 figures, about 125K on Friday, about 100K today. It's just so, once again, just so surreal to think about this. And there is no one I would rather experience this rocket ride with. This rocket ride, we're not going to the moon waves, family. We are going straight past the moon, although it's right there. We're going to Mars, you guys. So there's no one, once again, that I would rather be on this roller coaster, this rocket ride with than the waves, fam. So thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for riding with me. And one more thing, you guys, before we do get into it, I'll say this in every video while we're in this manic market environment, you guys. At the very beginning, I need to make it clear. I want you guys to please act responsibly out there. Stay safe, think rational, keep a cool head on your shoulders. There's a lot of hot heads out there, and there's a lot of capital just flying all over the place, pumping all over the place. So again, you guys, I trust you will be careful, but it needs to be said. And another thing, you guys, just please be present right now. Be mindful of the situation we're in. This is a generational experience. It's very unlikely that we will ever experience a market environment like this ever again. So please, you guys, just slow it down a little bit. I have to tell myself this all the time. Just slow down. Appreciate the moment. If you guys are as fortunate as I am, I know a lot of you are. We are eating great. So just slow down. Just think about how blessed, how fortunate you guys are, and just be mindful once again of this historic market environment that we're experiencing right now. So that said, I'm super stoked to talk some shop with you guys. Slow down. Talk some shop with you guys today. So as always, we'll quickly go over each topic we're going to be discussing, and then we'll dive into each one individually. In front of us, you guys are like, what is this? This is a screenshot that I took of my Robinhood account, probably like 8 a.m.-ish Hawaii time. So about a few hours prior to market close, you guys, this is what my account looked like this morning. Again, that little rocket ship, there's a little edit I made for the newsletter and for my Instagram at Royce Jacob. If you guys want to check me out there, just say what's up. But I figured it tells a little extra of a story. But this is actually a screenshot that I included in the beginning of my newsletter. So we will read over the intro to my newsletter just because it's my thoughts that I collected in the moment while I was experiencing this real time. So I do want to share my thoughts here. I feel like it's important to share with not only the newsletter family, but the YouTube fam as well. So we'll kick it off by reading through this, just set the frame, just set the grounds for what's to come, and then we will move into the chart. So we have a lot of exciting plays. We just made the stock watch yesterday, and almost every single stock, yes, literally every single stock that we covered in that stock watch performed beautifully today. Sorrento on top of that. We're not covering that right now. Honestly, should. We'll actually cover Sorrento too. So kicking it off with the moonshot, with this absolute runner, with this pumper. Sundial growers, you guys, again, we have been positioned in this for a while. I want to let you guys know right now, for those of you who may be new here, if there are any new people here, I have never traded GameStop or AMC. To each their own. If you are trading that's awesome. I love what the movement's about. That's not me, but I have been, again, shout out to the portfolio group. I've been positioned in Sundial and some silver positions for the past like a month or so, just waiting for this. And I did not expect it to happen this way, but it did, and I'll take it. So Sundial growers, got some price targets here, got some very optimistic price targets here. Even though we saw a crazy rally of almost 50% today, I still think it's very, very likely that we see a continuation over the course of the week. Tomorrow, maybe we pull back. Wednesday, maybe we pull back a little bit more, but I do think that over the course of the next week or two, just because that's how bubbles tend to play out, I do think that we will very, very likely test some of these topside price targets. So again, price targets for all of these, you guys. We'll go to the watch list here, kicking it off once again with Sundial growers, SNDL. We'll take a look at silver, and then we will talk about our silver plays as well. SLV, iShares Silver Trust, First Majestic Silver, the mining company I like most. That's actually been outperforming the rest of the mining companies. AG, First Majestic, great silver plays in my opinion. We will then move on to the Moon Boy. My true moonshot, the true Mars shot, in my opinion, ALYI. And keep in mind, you guys, this Robinhood account, I only trade options on this Robinhood account. All my stock positions are in a separate account. So we'll just say right now, ALYI up over 30% today. That account was looking very good too, because I own, in all honesty, I own a lot of ALYI myself. So we'll take a look at that. It's doing very well. So like, it just feels so good to see the plays that we focus so much on here on the channel, and put so much time into research and just and literally just time into to do so well. So we'll take a look at ALYI, alternate systems, the Harley Davidson of electric motorcycles. In my those are just my words. Those aren't what they say. That's what I think of them. And then we'll close it out with XNET. There's some crypto plays. We'll talk XNET, Junlei. They're my blockchain stock, and they are just looking like they're so ready to break out over the course of this week as well. And we will actually touch on SRNT, so we'll scroll down the watch list here, take a look at SRNT at the end, because that's actually something I've been talking about in the newsletter. I actually got really well positioned in SRNT on Friday personally, and it just feels so gratifying considering that's not one of the super pumpy stocks. It is pumpy right now, but not like, to my knowledge at least, not pumpy, like kind of like silver, not trying to get short squeezed out, at least to my knowledge. So we'll take a look at SRNT at the very end as well, okay? Again, super excited to talk shop, just kind of slow down with you guys and just celebrate the moment. All right, so before we get into anything, as always, I will ask you guys to please give the video a like if you do go on to gain value from it today. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here and want to catch more content like this. I try to post daily content, especially right now. I'm doing my best to just pump out content because it's such an exciting time and I want to be here for you guys and with you guys. So yeah, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, want to stick around, want to join the Waves fam, and of course check out my complete portfolio daily newsletter, first link down in the description. If you want the following, a complete breakdown of my entire portfolio that I do update every single trading day during market hours, and with every update I do also send out an email newsletter explaining my thoughts. So full portfolio, all call options, put options, stock positions, cryptocurrency positions broken down in percentages. I do alter that every day if I make trades, let you guys know what I'm trading, why I'm trading it with the newsletter, rationalize my thoughts, and just give you guys analysis, charts, etc. You guys will see a little preview right here of what's going on. And yeah, I'm just excited to experience this with you guys. Again, I appreciate it if you check out the newsletter, join the Waves fam for real, but if not, no worries at all. Let's get into this and kick it off. New month, new gains, Waves fam. February is the month of love, and I'm loving these markets right now. This intro and this caption, super cheesy, pretty wacky, but honestly, I thought you guys would get a kick out of it, so hopefully you do. I figured we'd kick off this week with a banger, and that definitely proved to be true. I'll throw a screenshot of my Robinhood account below. It's just another day in space for us, team. And again, in all honesty, this was a few hours prior to market close. I did end up closing the trading day at about 93K plus in profits. Be just transparent with you guys, but again, way out today and Friday, plus the TD Ameritrade account, which has been on absolute fire as well, and all my crypto accounts and stuff. I don't feel guilty saying 100K plus in profits. It makes for a funner title. So anyway, that's the Robinhood account. It was such a crazy day. And yeah, just so fortunate to be in this position, you guys. We'll dive into further analyses, but I want to let you guys know right off the bat that I pulled roughly 10% of all my call positions that are going parabolic today. These include SNDL, AG, SLV, and SRNE. Although I remain hyper bullish on these names, I feel like it is my responsibility to both myself and to all of you guys to practice responsible risk management. I'm still well positioned if these continue to run, but I've also realized some profits just in case. Don't get greedy, guys. Stay rational, stay objective, but also stay celebrating. Oh, that's what I was wanting to say earlier, but saved it for the newsletter. Stay rational. I'll say that one more time because I really feel like I want to get this message across. Stay rational, stay objective, but stay celebrating, you guys. Again, be mindful of this experience. Understand what's going on. We're part of a generational paradigm shift right now, and hopefully you guys like me are fortunate enough to be profiting as well. So we are eating good, Waves fam. We'll cover SNDL, SOV, AG, SRNE, and ALYI. Close it out with Brimar, good old BTC. So, again, we went on to cover those. Of course, out of respect for the newsletter, I will not cover those. But the main reason I wanted to read this intro was to talk to you guys about the profits. So, we'll go here, and then I'll talk to you guys a little bit about my profit taking and how I handle absolute runners like this. So stock position, I'll just say right off the bat, ALYI is the only all stock position I have these because it's an OTC stock. It is once again in my TD account as opposed to my Robinhood account, which is where I do trade options. So yeah, that it's rare. It's honestly rare I'll ever trade stock. I usually just set it and forget it if I'm really bullish on a stock. So that aside, almost every stock we're going to be looking at today, I did take some profits in. So when we're seeing runners, and keep in mind, you guys, call options as opposed to stocks tend to be a lot more volatile. So for example, SNDL is up 50% today. A lot of calls were up 100% today, and that's on the conservative side. SLV, AG, same thing. Stock is up 20%. Some calls are up upwards of 80, 90, 100%, depending on when they are. Usually the way I structure my calls is a little more on the safer side. I usually tend to only enter calls that are at least have a 30-day out expiration. I never trade calls, and this is just like my biggest tip if you guys aren't familiar with options, thinking about getting into them, because they can be very, very dangerous if you don't know what you're doing. If you buy a call that expires next week, that's how you lose all your money. That's how you can potentially, you can make a lot of money too. You can probably, it's going to be more volatile. So if it goes up, it's going to go up more. If it goes down, it's going to go down more. But as I do take pride in being a very offense heavy. I'm on offense right now, but I do take pride in being a responsible trader. So again, I never trade calls, you guys. Personally, this is just me, that expire less than 30 days out, because they're far less risky than the ones that expire, say, a few days out, a week out, 2 weeks out even. So again, just a little heads up there. I want to let you guys know that. So that said, let's talk about some of these plays. SNDL, sundial growers, price target remains the same. We pretty much, this is going to be a very similar analysis to the Sunday stock watch that we just covered yesterday, but I figured we'd just follow up because it was such an exciting day as anticipated. So SNDL price targets remain on the upside. I do think, again, you guys, maybe it goes down tomorrow. Maybe we pull back. Maybe we pull back on Wednesday. But by the end of the week, keep in mind, you guys, all of this is just my opinion. This is not financial advice. I don't know exactly what's going to happen. This is just my opinion, and trust me, my money's on what I'm saying right now. So first price target is, which is actually the price target I'm a lot more comfortable talking to you guys about, is $1.75. Say we hit it on Friday, February 5th, which is where I will talk about all the price targets right now. Friday, February 5th, I do think it is likely that we test at least this area. You got the 2 points of contact right here with these two 4-hour candles on Sundial's high on December 1st. Again, kicking it off, of course, with its high on November 6th, creating this long-term, more medium to long-term overall uptrend. Line of resistance on this overall uptrend would take us to $1.75. But a lot of traders are going to be looking at this, using this absolute high. This is what a lot of traders are going to be looking at, just because this is like actually how you draw the trend line. I like drawing trend lines like this. It's a little more conservative. It's a little safer, but a lot of traders are going to be using this point of contact, which brings the price target a little higher to about $2 on the dot. Say we hit it Friday. So, 175 is my comfortable price target, and then $2 is the more optimistic, but I feel like I would not be surprised in the slightest if we use this top line of resistance, $2 psychological even. That wouldn't surprise me either. Okay, again, just because there's so much capital just pumping into these plays. All right, so SNDL, that's that. Let's move on to silver. So we're actually going to take a look at let's take a look at silver. So silver, keep in mind, you guys, silver, SLV, iShares Silver Trust. This is silver spot, so this is a live market. But SLV is gonna act very similarly to this. So just keep that in mind. All right. SLV, silver, did happen to bounce perfectly off this line of support. If you guys watched the video yesterday, we were talking about that this probably would come into play. So this was silver's previous medium-term ascending channel, looking great prior to breaking down. Came up, used the line that was once support on this ascending channel, use it as new resistance. That is TA101 right there. Previous resistance, previous support will turn into new support or resistance, vice versa. It goes both ways. So it did properly test that line of resistance. Silver is now printing a short-term bull flag. I'll just draw this for you quick in case you guys aren't familiar with what a bull flag is. Bull flag is a parabolic rise followed by a descending triangle. So boom, boom. This is a textbook bull flag in my eyes, and silver is very likely to break out and resolve this bull flag, because this is actually a steep, pretty textbook bull flag in my eyes. And it's very likely that we break out, and I think it's likely that we break out and probably see this green line tested. This is my initial short-term target. So I think it's very likely that very soon, because silver, literally, this is like a pretty textbook bull flag in my eyes. This will, by the time you guys watch this, you'll know if I'm either right or wrong. So as always, you guys, I always recommend you guys go on to tradingview.com. That's what this is, of course, and draw lines for yourself. Everyone can draw trend lines. If I can do it, you guys can definitely do it. So always draw your own trend lines. Keep an eye on it for yourself. I want to teach you guys, teach a man to fish, you eat forever, right? So yeah. I think it's very likely we resolve this in a breakout to the upside. You guys keep in mind, we'll just zoom out here just because we'll go to the daily zoom out, just because I want to show you guys how bullish I am on silver. If we break this green line right here that has acted as a very significant line of resistance since the March lows right here, this green line right here, if we break above that very soon, so say we close above $32 in silver spot, then I think it's very likely that we go, that's when the rocket comes into play. All right, so I think after that, it's very likely that we test the long-term line of resistance on the overall uptrend. Again, the first high being in March 25th, when the rally kicked off, when this crazy market environment really began. The second high, silver's yearly high on August 6th at about $30. And again, once we clear $30, which we actually did today, we broke silver's previous high earlier this year. I think it's very likely we're about to, it's just the beginning. I still think, I'm very convinced myself, again, you guys, my money's on everything I'm saying, that silver is in the early innings of this bull market, of a new rally, and I do think we will hit all-time highs in silver. Say we hit it on March. Wow, I forgot we were on the daily. Sorry, you guys. I was like, why is this so far up? Say we hit it at the end of the month, March. If we do test this trend line, that would take us to a $53 silver. This cyan line, this thick cyan line right here, is silver's all-time high. That was back in 2011, so a decade ago. was the last time silver set its all-time high at about $50, all right? Keep in mind, you guys, the reason I like silver as opposed to gold, both inflation hedge assets, both stores of value, both precious metals. I do like gold. I think silver is going to perform significantly better. Gold has reached its all-time high this year. Silver is far beyond it. Silver can pretty much still 2x and just be around its all-time high, right? Okay, so silver, I wouldn't be surprised if silver sets a new all-time high, money printing out of the wazoo. The same reason I like Bitcoin. I like all inflation hedge assets. You guys know that. I'm so bullish on silver, and with all this money trying to short squeeze silver positions out, I think it's very, very likely that we see this thing pop off and break to new all-time highs. Again, say we hit it at the end of March, April 1st, April Fools, that would be a $56 silver. I don't know when we're going to hit it, but I'm very confident that over the coming month or so, we will definitely come up to test this long-term trend line and set a new all-time high for silver. So SLV, keep in mind, you guys, pretty much the same thing. I really like it. If you're invested in SLV, again, it's a silver trust, so they hold the physical silver for you. And then when you invest in the stock, you're pretty much investing in physical silver on paper, all right? So AG, I have literally nothing drawn on AG. AG is a bullet, but we will zoom out here just because I want to show you guys AG's high of 2011. I think that's the most likely area that we'll see some resistance. So AG back in 2011, why isn't it letting me scroll out? Okay, we'll just go back here, I guess. Why is oh yeah, I gotta go to the weekly, sorry guys. So let's go to the weekly here. Zoom out a little bit. Okay, so silver's all-time high right here in 2011, April of 2011 at $27. We'll call it $27. AG came up to a high just today of about $24. So we're actually pretty close. AG absolutely ripped today. And I do think that it's very likely that we do that. That's probably because we're going so parabolic right now. It's very likely that this is going to be the first area of resistance for silver. So $27 price target for AG is pretty easy. Moving on, ALYI, the moonshot, the absolute moonshot. Let's not go to the week. Let's actually go back to the 4 hour for ALYI. It's gonna look a little crazy, you guys. So ALYI popped off today, and again, this is my personal moonshot play, you guys. I do have an analysis video on ALYI if you guys want to check that out. But ALYI up 30% today. You'd love to see it. And I'm again, higher highs, higher lows. This is such a good looking stock. The 4 hour stochastic RSI is curling up right now. The blue just crossed over the red. That's what you love to see. Everything is lining up in my eyes. I'm so pumped to see ALYI. Of course, short-term price target, if we hit it by the end of this week, would be at just about 11.5, 12 cents. We probably will. It's probably likely we see a pullback here. I'm not even sure though, because there's so much momentum behind the stock right now. It looks so good. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a little pullback around the like 12 cent region. But again, you guys, if we break this, which I do think is very, very likely, I think it's a rocket ride. And you guys know we're not going here. We're going up here. So I don't have Mars here. I don't think there's a Mars. There's a Mars little animation on TradingView. But you guys get the point here. We ain't go to the moon. We're going to Mars, baby. So that is ALYI again, just wrapping it up there. So we'll go XNET and then we'll close it out with SRNE once again, because I fully forgot to put it on the watch list and like rearrange it with all my other ones. So XNET. Again, XNET, great day. Actually, didn't spike up this morning, but had a really good day. Up, closing the day up 7%. Very clean. Like just looking at this chart, you guys, XNET broke out of what I'd consider to be a very kind of a stretch of a bull flag, but again, just the two wave. I'll call this the two wave pattern. You see the first wave, parabolic move up, bubble pops, capitulation, sideways movement. You see it gaining steam, gaining some strength, and I think it's very likely that we see XNET see a breakout. Again, it just looks like this is just such a healthy looking pattern, and I think XNET is very likely to test the top line of resistance on the overall uptrend beginning December 1st, and that would take us to, say we hit it on February 5th. Again, just use the end of the week as our gauge. $750 price target for XNET. All right, so that's that. Again, you guys, sorry, this is very similar to yesterday's, but I just wanted to keep you guys up to date on what's going on. We'll just do this. Like, this is in a environment this exciting, I just feel like I have to just give you guys updates on all of these crazy plays, okay? So SRNT, pretty simple, you guys. SRNT beautifully testing our downside price target, bouncing off again this previous line of resistance, using it as new support. This, you guys, for future reference, I'll get rid of this right now. Don't need that anymore. But this, you guys, is like, this setup was so like the perfect setup in my opinion. You see a parabolic rally, you see volume, there's attention on SRNT as a stock, everyone's keeping an eye on it, pulls back, bounces perfectly off the previous line of resistance, uses it as new support, successfully uses it as support, confirms the fact that it's continuing to go up, higher highs, higher lows. All the stars are aligning for this one, and we saw it today. SRNT was up as high as 20% today. My call options were on absolute fire again on Friday. Was fortunate enough to be very, very well positioned in Sorrento. So Sorrento ultimate short-term price target is at about $19.30. Say we hit it on Friday. Actually, no, it's only Thursday. So say we hit it on Friday. Let's just expand this to Friday. And keep in mind, you guys, a lot of traders are actually probably going to be looking at this. Again, that was a conservative trend line. But say we hit the absolute trend line on Friday that realistically I think a lot of traders are going to be looking at. I wouldn't be surprised at all if we see this. If we hit it on Friday, that would take us to almost a $24 Sorrento, which is crazy. My price target for Sorrento, as many of you guys know, for a long time, is way back here. We've been talking about Sorrento for a long time, you guys, is back here. So Sorrento's previous high all the way back, we'll just zoom out because this is the last chart we're looking at. Previous high, when is this from? Previous high back in July of 2015 was at $27. You guys, Sorrento, COVID is definitely taking a backseat right now as far as news is concerned, but COVID is very, very real still, at least in my opinion. So regardless of what you think, Sorrento is still doing great things. I love them as a stock. They were one of the first analyses, like solo analysis videos I make, like in-depth analysis on the company. So you guys can check that out. It's probably pretty far back, but Royce Jacobs Sorrento, if you guys want to look at that. Cool company, working on very cool things, taking a multi-pronged approach to tackling COVID. One of the save the world stocks that we love so much here on the channel. And yeah, Sorrento's previous high was at about $27. If we do break out of the short-term line of resistance, I think it's very likely that we see a pop to 27 to test its previous high over 5 years ago at about $27. I see a lot of analysts, I've been following, a lot of analysts think $27 is a price target too. I think for more financial reasons, but that also lines up. I like how there's multiple layers to that price target, which if that makes any sense. So $27, I would say medium-term price target for Sorrento. And yeah, super excited with what's going on. There's a lot of exciting plays in the biotech sector right now too. Not going to cover these, but congratulations, you guys, if you happen to be playing these. These are part of the OG stock talks, the vaccine companies. So again, let me know down below if you guys are involved in these, but more so, let me know, you guys, if you are involved in any of the stocks that we talked about today. Once again, give the video a like, please, if you are involved yourself, if you're eating good like I am. And yeah, I'm just super stoked to be experiencing this with you guys. So as always, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought about this. Let me know which play of the ones we talked about today you're the most bullish on personally. If you have crazier price targets than me, if you think some of these are going to be tanking, just give me your thoughts. Always love talking shop with you guys. Always love learning from you guys, most importantly. So I will catch you downstairs. And until next time, guys, always remember, take action, make waves. Peace.